Hello and welcome. I am No Coffee, No Life, and today we are on the hills at the very edge where the Cranberry Bog meets the Savage Divide. And you can see Wattoga in the distance behind me. We're going to be building at this cave today. It's populated with a couple of things inside of it, and it's got this lovely motorcycle and some chairs out front. But it's a pretty cool space to build, and that's why I've picked it for today. It's going to be a small build, pretty compact. So, let's get to building. For this site, I'm going to be building our structure right in front of the opening of the cave. And to do that, I have to place one foundation right at the very edge where it meets the mouth of the cave. And to do that, I have to set a foundation a little further back so that I can get it close enough to level that I can close it off eventually, so that you can't see the cave when you first walk up to the site. Originally, I thought about making this into a mine, but it's a very shallow cave. So I decided instead to go with a Watchtower small camp. And to make the Watchtower, I'm using the log cabin porches because they will actually snap to the top half of your walls right above the doorway because it's so close to the cliff behind it. I don't even think you need a roof. I put a roof in. I think I snapped it even before I put a roof, but then I put a roof because I wanted a ceiling inside that entranceway. But yeah, you can actually snap it and make a little tower. I'm going to add additional foundations to the exterior to build out the camp a little bit. Not too much though. Build and destroy this wall so that I can place its neighbors. And we'll close off the entrance to the cave with this double wall and other additional walls that we'll place to close in the front half of the camp so that it's closed. And here is the roof. We'll place that to cover the entrance. A defensive wall. Interiors, set those up. And after placing the roof, we'll burn this upper wall so that it can mimic the watchtower with those posts on either side. This is one of those instances where you have to be a little creative while building because the cliff face is very unforgiving with wall placement. Now we're going to close up any gaps or odd spaces in the campsite with defensive walls and different locations. Pop in a stair for our newly designed entrance. Add this gas sign. Sink a guard post. Add a skull tripod. Close up the gap near this defensive wall with some tires, a plant, and a suitcase. And I want to show you this. This is actually a pretty cool thing that I discovered while making that last ash heap camp. Now you can take one of these small quiet generators and put it on top of an ice box and connect it to a power conduit right up in the ceiling, and then merge it into the ice box so that your generator is hidden from view and it just looks like a side table to the casual observer. And there you have it. You have your power in your cave, and you don't have to worry about running lines out from the exterior in. It's all contained inside. Now we'll place some additional lights and power connectors so that we can distribute the power a little more evenly and light this cave up completely. I'm going to use these power pylons to shore up this corner of the tower so that it looks like it's actually being supported and not floating in the air. And we'll put this defensive guard post here along with an accompanying tree that you're going to see here in a second. Get some additional power running into the camp because that one little generator just won't cut it. Set this light up and voila! Here is the completed build. It's scrappy, hugs to the wall that it's built up against, and it's pretty immersive and organic within its environment. So, let's take a look at the entirety of the camp, starting from the top down with this exposed work area. While there is plenty of space to put all of the workstations, I only put the armor and the weapons workbench here because I wanted to keep it simple. There's a seating area right at the top of the watchtower, and we're gonna make our way down to the rest of the camp because, like I said at the beginning of the video, this is a small camp. It's not supposed to be big. We'll make our way past this little pine tree tucked in on the side. You can see I've got it all protected with the little defensive walls. We have our seating area using those chairs that come with this location when you first arrive. Pass by them here right now. Haven't obscured them at all. They're sitting right out there. And here's our
Gotta wonder who else is out there
with the
watching us,
conspiracy
trying to figure
theorists
us all out.
keeping an eye out on the place.
Radio
Here's
chatter has
our
been so active
vendor
lately.
area. It's cluttered up nicely. I've got stuff underneath the table. Merge the scrap box and the stash box so that the scrap box isn't so gigantic. And the inside, let's take a look. I've cluttered it up again. Everything's all lived in. All of these items on the boxes are actually populated, save for that lamp and the bowl that I put down. And I've put a mantle, or made a mantle, right there above the entryway, because that roof juts out enough that I can put things on top. We have our little fortune wizard, again, holding up a corner, the opposing corner to the power pylons. And that's it. That is the build in its entirety. It's very compact. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. I enjoyed making this build. I hope you enjoyed watching it. If you like what you see here, then click subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're aware when new videos release. But until next time, happy building in the wasteland.